Okay, the next step we're going to make here is we're going to start doing some detail set out work on the inside of the building now, and to help along that way I've made some changes. I'm in my perspective view, and then after I've gone to my perspective view, I've first of all chosen a simple modelling style. I've turned off shadows, and I've gone to layers, and what I've done there is I'll turn set out on. I'll leave floor and wall turned on, and I'll make wall my current layer. I'll turn roof off, I'll leave post on, and I'll get rid of all the others except the door and window. So we leave just set out, floor, wall, post, door and window. And that'll give us a nice clean model to start working on the inside of this building with. Now what I'm going to do there is I'm in the wall layer, so I'll then do a push-pull of the gable ends of the wall first. But I'll have to, if I just push-pull that surface, I'll just drag that surface in because it's already part of a push-pulled box that formed the original shape of the building. So if I push-pull it again, it just thinks that it's trying to change its original shape. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press and release the control key, which changes push-pull into a copy push-pull, and then I'll push-pull that surface in towards the building by a distance of 70. Now that message that you get there, that's quite okay. Just go OK to that dialog box. All that's trying to say there is that this surface that we're push-pulling is forming lines that are having an effect to the underside of the roof layer, and they're adding those lines to the underside of the roof layer, and that's quite okay. So I'll do that once again, plus key with the control key to turn into plus, and I'll just align it to that face. Now I'll do that to the gabled ends of the building probably first, doesn't really matter. Come in by 70. Let me do, for instance, this one. Come in by 70. Each time with the push-pull, I'm pressing and releasing the control key. Right, so that's those. Now I might, I'll do this face of the building, plus key, so control key to get plus, and 70. And what do we do this one now? And 70 there. Okay, now that's missing this one. Okay, now every so often you'll see you'll have to clean up some corners then. Like for example this corner here. I might push-pull this face until it lines up with that face. And you can, look, if you want to get picky about everything, you can then clean up these surfaces here. So something like that. And just double check that everything's still reading correct from the outside. And yes, it is, although, so we can maybe clean up some of these surfaces on the outside. Is probably most important actually, to do some of those. Don't get rid of that, that's part of the roof. Or I might be able to get rid of that a little bit later, but I'll check whether I can with the roof first. So I'll just work my way around the building and make sure that I've push-pulled all those faces correctly first. And okay, so I'll do around the door here. And this face. And this one. So I've got another one here. Right. And now, once again, cleaning up some corners. Maybe I'll do it like that. And this one like that. Okay. So you can, like I say, you can, it probably doesn't really matter for what we're going to use this model for, but if you feel the need to tidy up these lines, by all means, that won't matter at all. And auto save at the moment, so I'll let that happen. There we go. Okay, so I've given all the walls some thickness, I think. A quick look around the outside to make sure nothing's broken up. There's another line that can be got rid of just there, I think. Yep, that didn't affect anything. And one on the front here. So we can clean all of those up. You could of course also do things like this if you wanted, although that'd be correct like that. No, I'll leave that exactly like that is at the moment. There probably would have been a better way to have push-pulled this surface first and then, no, it doesn't matter, that's a minor point, and it's not even going to get picked up in the level of detail that we'll work with. But this one I'll delete. So from the outside of the building, all these faces will look nice and clean. Right, no one there. The more you look, the more you find, but I think we've pretty much got it now. Okay, right, so all of those external wall faces are done, I think. So I'm going to now start creating some internal walls, and if I just have a quick look at the sketch handout, here's a copy of the sketch handout here. So basically what we've got is along the 3600 line we can put a wall which basically goes right through, and we'll cut a hole in it for this passageway through here. But we'll draw a wall initially maybe straight along that line, and I'll show you where I'll head to with all of this. So back to SketchUp. So there's that 3.6 metre set out line through there. Now that'll be the inside edge of the wall. So if I'm on the wall layer, probably one of the easiest ways of doing this would be to draw from wrong side of the building. Why not? Sorry about that. Over here. So I'll draw from that intersection, because I've got the set out line turned on, to this intersection through here. And if I was to then go up from this point up 2450, and then I can come across on green axis, press and hold my shift key until I intersect with this plane here. Now I think I might just warp it back around to that direction, so that I can go on green axis. Press and holding my shift key is constraining me to green axis until I intersect with that plane, and then I'll drop my line down, and I've got that wall surface along there 2450 high. Now of course what we've got is that little bit of wall poking up above the roof. So let's tidy that up quickly. So I'll just grab a copy of that line because that's at the right angle, and move key with control turns it into copy, from endpoint to that endpoint just there, and that seemed to be just the right length also. So I'll delete that line, which will delete the face as well, and delete that, and that's set up something through there. Now I want the inside of that wall to be lined up with the grid line, so I'm going to do a push-pull 70 millimeters in this direction. So that was a push-pull 70, and we've divided up a bit of a room. I'll stop the video at that point, and what I'll do is when I come back, I'll show you my complete wall set out with everything else done.